Okay, so today I'm going to create a movie. I'm going to find interestingness. I'm going to find interestingness in my day. Sometimes we wake up and we wonder why. Why are we doing it? You know, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And today I want to explore why. Why are we doing it? So first of all, what I'm doing is I live in Calgary. I'm going to the mountains. One of the great things about going to the mountains is I get to drive my car. I like my car a lot, and it's a lot of fun to drive. So that's one cool thing that I get to do. Okay, now I'm on the gondola. So I had a good drive up here. I know it's a long drive. It can be a 2-hour drive from Calgary, and sometimes you think, why do you want to do this? Why don't you just stay home and sit on the couch and work? Well, for me, it's an adventure of coming into a cool thing like this, the gondola. It takes you up the hill. So going up there, and it's all part of the journey. And I find that if you can embrace the journey and know that there's things that are going to happen that are going to slow you down, just because they slow you down doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So remember, like even in a car, we still have the brakes that we can put on. And by putting the brakes on allows us to slow down, reassess where we are, and then keep moving forward. And for me, moving forward means getting up this hill to my next stop. And this is all part of my journey up today of finding interestingness. And for me, this is really interesting, is being on the gondola, driving up, seeing where I parked in the parking lot way down there. For me, it's super cool. I'll see you at the top. Sometimes though, I wake up and I'm like, I don't know, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to go skiing? And that's why I'm making this video, because sometimes it's like you really need to remember why we do the things that we do. You know, why are we working so hard? Why are we trying to make so much money? Why are we trying to do this? Why are we trying to do that? And then I find that once you're doing it and you do it over and over and over, in the beginning it can feel amazing, but after a while it can get a little bit repetitive. I'm just being honest, that's how it is. And so when you find that you're in a moment where it's becoming repetitive, or maybe it's becoming a little bit boring, that's when you need to stop and remember why you did it in the first place. Why are you doing it? And you need to go inside and feel those feels again about what makes it exciting. And it may be hard to do that. I do think we can get back to those feelings. We can. We just have to stop and look around and then take in all of our surroundings, and that helps us to kind of remember why it is we do what we do. Now I'm on chairlift. This is my first run. And a really cool memory that just popped into my brain there as I hopped on the chair was this happened 2 times with my boys when they were small, and we were skiing for maybe one of the first times with them, and they both at different times we were on the chairlift, and then they looked at me and says, "Dad, is this real life?" I remember turning to them and saying, "Yes, this is real life." And it's one of those cool things that we forget as we get older, how cool this life really is, and we take things for granted. Like, look, I'm being carried up the hill on this chairlift, which is amazing, and we have this chairlift so I can go up to the top of a mountain, which would take me so long to hike up and then ski down and then enjoy this amazing place that I'm at. Have a look. Today the sun is not out, it's overcast. Ooh, just about dropped my pulse. And so it's not as epic as it can be, but it's still fantastic. And I think it's moments in life that are not bright and brilliant that you go, oh my gosh, look at this. And that when they are a little dull, we can take that time to look around and say, hey, yeah, they may be dull, but they're still fantastic. There's moments when you get to choose which level or which difficulty you want to go. Double black means the hardest you can go. Would you do that on your first run or your second? I choose first. I have the luxury of picking and choosing what day I want to go skiing. And this week, I chose today because it was supposed to snow yesterday. It didn't snow. And part of me was like, oh, it didn't snow. Do I really want to go skiing? And I'm like, Todd, this is your chance to go. Pack up the car and just go. Look at the snow. It's really good. This is a difficult area to be skiing, but it's so good. And getting out here, doing this, creating this little video is also a reminder of how good it is to be alive. Feel your heart pounding. Feel all the feels as you're moving. It's all good. The snow today is so good. So good. Coming up here is one of my favorite little runs. At least I think it is, unless they changed it. It's so fun though. I'll try to videotape a little bit for you so you can see it. This camera allows me to capture these moments, and sometimes I don't share them with people. They're just for myself, just to remind myself of, look, how amazing this place we live in is. And you know, we take this for granted, and sometimes it's hard to get out of bed. I get that. I totally get it's hard to get out of bed sometimes, but if we go out and we go out in search of adventure and search for the goodness and search for the beauty that's happening everywhere, and try not to focus on the negative stuff, you can live an amazing life, and you too can live with no limits. Okay, so that was the warm-up. I come to, this is Banff Sunshine Village here in the Canadian Rocky Mountains. It's amazing. That was my warm-up. Now I'm going up to, I guess, the main part of the ski hill, and I have a route that I do, and I call it Todd's Loop. And I do it every single time I come here, and yeah, it can seem repetitive, it can seem boring, but what I need to do is to find the beauty, find the amazingness, why it's so great every time. And when I do that, when I open up my eyes, open up my watering eyes, and I can really see, it becomes a wonderful, wonderful thing. There's an idea that I've been playing around with for a little bit. It's about, do you ever play card games? You know, I never really did as a kid, but my my wife's family, they love card games. They love them. And because I was part of the family, I had to play the games. And because I didn't know what I was doing, before every single game, and I know it drives them crazy, I go, hey, remind me of the rules. And then I eventually, well, I'm not saying eventually, but oftentimes I win. And they always call me Lucky Todd. And so what I'm doing though is, before I play the game, I want to know the rules so I know how to win the game, so how to play the game. And I want to ask you this question about the biggest game of them all, which is the game of life. It's the game that you're playing, the game that I'm playing. And do you know the rules know the rules to this crazy game of life? And yeah, there are some rules. And when you know some of the rules, you can have an amazing life. It's one of those crazy things. But most people were never taught the rules of this game. So for me, I like to live my life, and I play it like a game. And I ask myself, will this help me win the game or not? And if it helps me win the game, I do it. If it's not going to help me win the game, I don't do it. That's just one little tip right there. Are you playing the game of life? And me getting out here skiing, what this does is it fills up my cup, my internal cup, and what that does, it allows me to win the game. So when I wake up in the morning and I go, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go out and go skiing because it's too much work, I need to remind myself, look where you get to go, and this can help you win the game. My advice to you then is, each day ask yourself, will this help you win the game, or will it help you lose the game? I try to hedge my bets and do things that would help me win the game. And I want you to do that every day as well. Ask yourself, will this activity, this decision help you win or help you lose? Another beautiful day. It's incredible. And that's the end of my day. And I know that sometimes we wake up and we don't have that drive and motivation to have an epic day, but I want to challenge you. Can you make the day that you have, whatever you're doing or wherever you're going, can you make it amazing? I know sometimes I don't want to do it, and what I do is I make these videos so I can look back and remind myself of how amazing, how awesome life can be. So I encourage you, each day, wake up, get ready for it, and see if you can make this day your best day ever. I know for me, that was an amazing day skiing. I had so much fun. I'm so happy that I decided to pack the car with the ski stuff and head on out here and have a good day. That's it. Thank you for following along, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.